guys, I'm Sasha and you're watching Hoture. Today on Halloween special, I have a very special guest here. That's the very talented singer and actress Monica Dogra. Monica, happy Halloween to you.
Happy Halloween!
How are you feeling today?
I feel great. I've been home. I did my laundry. It's an exciting moment in time.
Right, and our nails, I think our nails are looking lovely today.
Yes.
I love them.
I love them too. Thank you.
Monica, tell me, Halloween in India these days are being celebrated. It wasn't so popular earlier. Tell us a little about your growing up days in New York, how you celebrated, what kind of costumes you wore then.
Well, I grew up in Baltimore, and when I was a kid, I grew up in a suburban town where Halloween was taken very seriously. I mean, if your house did not have candy for the children, you would get toilet papered and they'd throw raw eggs at your house. But as a child, my family was always inclined to just put me in a ghagra choli and say I was a gypsy, and that was my costume between the ages of 5 and 10. When I moved to New York, I got really creative with my costumes, and I do weird things, and I think the weirder the better. The more strange, the better. So some of my favorite birthdays would be like at the roller disco, and I'd be like a 70s zombie with like rainbow socks and blood all over my face. You know what's great about, I think, being, how do I say this? What's amazing about fancy dress in general, dressing up, is it gives you the opportunity to be weird without having to apologize for it. So.
Tomorrow is Halloween. What's your plan?
Well, tomorrow I don't have a plan. I'm shooting all day. But the day after, which is the day after Halloween, I'm throwing a party at Bonobo. And I'm really excited about it because it's a zombie dance party with, and we got, my friend Clayton is doing a set full of all of these horrible / awesome 90s covers. All the songs that you don't want to admit you love, like, Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper's amazing. Ace of Base. And I'm going to get on stage with him and sing with him.
Oh my God.
And I'm going to paint everybody's face and have everybody just look like all decrepit and decaying like a zombie.
Right. And what would I expect you there in terms of your fashion Halloween quotient?
Oh man, I have to figure this out because I haven't figured out my outfit yet. But it's a zombie dance party, so I will look like a zombie. So I'll have blood, and I'll probably put black all over my face. And I was thinking I might just like rip up some clothes and like have a bloody knee somewhere, and I don't know, just the opposite of sexy. I think that's making a comeback,
Have you thought of something in terms of Halloween that you would sing, other than the 90s music that you were talking about?
I haven't thought about it because I left the playlist up to Clayton, but I do know that he was putting some Thriller in there, because Thriller was quite a creepy song. There are no real Halloween songs, are there? Halloween songs?
So they just have a weird music, not really songs, but they have weird horror, right?
So maybe we'll have some sound effects playing and that kind of thing. Yeah.
You've been busy off late. I've been seeing you've been traveling a lot. So could you tell me what movies that you've been, working on? Is there something that you can talk about?
Sure. Very unexpectedly, I got a film this last month, actually, which everybody's kind of been talking about. And I have already started shooting for it, and I am really excited about it. I think the title is being worked out right now. So at the moment, I can't tell you the title of the film, but I can tell you that it's related to many real events, gang-related events and drug trade events in the 80s in Bombay. And it's also starring Vivan Shah and Nasiruddin Shah. The whole world knows that Nasiruddin Shah is kind of, one of the most amazing actors that's ever, lived in India. So to be in a film with him, and equally so, I think his son is an incredible talent, Vivan. And having hung out with Vivan now on set, I can honestly say there aren't too many people like him in the business right now, and it's just my wish that he stays the same, because I know he's going to rise and become super famous. And he's such a beautiful guy. He's so smart, he's so kind, he's so fun.
What about your character? Could you tell us a little, what character are you playing there?
I can tell you that I play, obviously Vivan is the lead character in the film, and I play his the love of his life, obviously. What else would I play? But my character is, as usual, I like to choose kind of offbeat, odd characters that I've never really played before. And she's definitely, she's very bindas, this character. She says things as they are. She stands up to some of the most ferocious, most criminal minds in this film, without fearing them even for a second. And I like that. That's the kind of woman I would like to be, and the kind of character I'm excited to play.
And what about your first break? You got an amazing break with Amir Khan. How was your feeling? How did you crack that?
I don't know how it happened, man. It happened, and I'm really grateful for it, and I really hope that I can just live up to that again. I hope that that's not the one thing that I'm remembered for. So I was always focused on my music. I was on the cover of Time Out Mumbai. That's how Kiran saw me. She called me in for an audition because of that. So now I'm on to my 4th record with my band. I'm writing my solo record, releasing my solo record. And now I'm on to my 3rd film, actually my 4th. I filmed the 3rd, but that one hasn't released. I don't know if it'll release. I'm not, I'm not connected to anyone in the film industry. I don't have a famous uncle or father or sister. So I'm on my own. I'm doing it by myself, and I only hope that my talent and my ability carries me far.
Monica, tell me, how difficult was it? You came from New York. Had you ever thought that, I would give a shot in terms of, probably acting in Mumbai?
I was struggling in New York. I was waiting tables. I was bartending. I was singing for ads. A big reason why I moved to India was because I wanted to write music quickly without having to struggle for survival, and I thought I would go back. And in the time that I wrote my record in Bombay, Counterculture, which was a record label, now they're only much louder, and they run the NH7 festival. They were also just beginning, and Babelfish, who now produce my television show, The Doers, and they do so many other things. All of them were just starting, and we all met as kind of struggling artists who dreamt of a new India, of an India that wasn't just Bollywood, that included the independent arts, that included independent culture, independent fashion. And now, so anyway, we all became friends, and that's why I stayed, because I saw that there was something in India that was yearning for this, and I felt like I could pioneer it. I felt like I could help give birth to this new landscape, and in many ways I feel like I did. I mean, now we've got all these music festivals, we have alternative television shows, we see alternative fashion, I'm now in all this alternative film, and these are things that weren't happening 6 years ago, 8 years ago, and now I kind of feel like partially responsible, and that gives me a sense of self that I've always wanted, a sense of being, purpose.
Right. Did you have friends in Bombay when you shifted back here?
I had no friends. I didn't know anybody. I had nothing. I remember, I think I had about 25,000 rupees to my name for work in the beginning. I would host karaoke nights at Soul Fry and open mic nights at Cafe Goa for 1,000 rupees or 500 rupees and stuff. And everybody I knew, I had only known for a minute. But the good thing about Bombayites in general is that they're so friendly. Everyone's so full of heart. Everyone's so ready to open their door to you, and that's why Bombay is my favorite city in India. It's all about the people. The people are just beautiful. Yeah.
And you just came back from Goa. In fact, you've been traveling a lot. Tell us
Oh, where to begin? So I'm shooting for season 3 of The Doers, which is my television show. So I was shooting the promo for that. We've completely revamped the show. It's just different from how, I don't think I'm allowed to say. Anyway, it's just really different from the last 2 seasons.
Right.
So I was shooting for that. I was also shooting my episode and my collaboration in Manali. It was my first time in Manali, and it's so beautiful. So beautiful. So every day I would wake up to snow-capped mountains, and there was this Siberian husky at the Himalayan inn where I was staying. I was writing music in a castle. Like, can you imagine writing music in a castle? And I would stay awake through the night, just writing music, trying to get everything sorted. And there was this visual artist down from Montreal, from Canada, who does light painting, and his light painting photographs, they look like they're photographing auras, man. It was otherworldly. It was just like, I felt like I was talking to spirits every night.
Right.
So from there, I went to Jammu, where I met my family for the first time in 15 years. And I'm a Dogra, and everybody knows that Dogras are from Jammu.
Right.
And my Mama Ji is a singer, like I was telling you earlier, and my Masi is a poet, and my mom was on Doordarshan. So the papers were so excited, and I did all these interviews, and everybody was so excited. Even in Manali, it was like there was the Dogra chai stall, and I was going for my morning walk, and somebody was like, hey, Monica Dogra. And I guess I'm a Pahadi at the end of the day, and there are very few of us who have kind of risen into mainstream film or TV or whatever. So they were very excited. And then from there I went to Pondicherry. And Pondi was awesome. I've been there before, but it was just beautiful. I finished the promo shoot. Then I came back for 12 hours. Then I went to Goa, and I played on top of a bus that converts into a stage for the Red Bull tour bus. And it was my birthday, so everybody, all of my friends, all my musician friends, they came on top of the stage, and they popped champagne for me, and there were like 1,000 people just screaming. It was perfect. I had the best birthday ever. That's why I'm so sun-kissed right now.
So here I would like to wish her a happy belated birthday, Monica. What inspires you in terms of your music?
Everything. I mean, I think it's all linked, right? Like, it's important to go outside of your comfort zone. It's important to travel, to eat, to just take in life, like, voraciously, like it's your job to just live with every cell in your body to live. And the more I live and the more I experience, the more I kind of realize things, how I was wrong yesterday and how I can make tomorrow better. And I think my music just comes out of that constant cycle of, discovering how maybe I was wrong and how I can be right and how I can love more and how I can be better. And, all my music is kind of manifestations of that. Yeah.
Do you miss New York?
Yeah, I miss it a lot. I miss it a lot. And that was a weird noise. This last summer, I was really missing New York in March last year. And this last summer I got a tour, and I toured around America with a theater company, actually, an immersive theatrical experience. And I rehearsed in New York, I went to LA, San Diego, San Francisco, Atlanta, Arizona, Houston, Austin, Miami.
Right.
And I got paid really well, and it was awesome. But of course, no one knew who I was, and it was a great experience. I mean, for me, James Franco he's a great example of the kind of artist I would like to be in India. He'll randomly wake up one day and he's on a soap opera, and the next day he's doing an Oscar award-winning film, and he's writing books, and I'm that kind of artist. I'm the same way. I've never been a pursuant of, being well manicured, but I'm a pursuant of making sure that my mind is ever expanding and my art is ever inspiring. And so doing that was a humbling experience. I was in so many cities. I was touring with people who have done Cirque du Soleil in Vegas, who have opened The Lion King on Broadway. I mean, these are like the creme de la creme of artistry in America. But the one thing that they were jealous of was the fact that I had an artistic voice. Here people care about what I think, who I am, my viewpoints on issues. At times I find art in India underwhelming because so many people are famous just because of their blood and who they're related to, and I find that extremely frustrating. But at the same time, I've been blessed with with a certain amount of fame, and people like you care about what I have to say, and I don't want to leave that behind. As much as I miss New York, and as much as I do have a US passport and I am American by birth, I feel like I belong to India.
Monica, we look forward to seeing you on screen, and of course with your music we can never let it go.
Yeah.
And definitely I'll try making it to Halloween this Friday.
And my show
Yes.
premieres on MTV this year, The Doers. It premieres on November 10th, so please tune in.
So Monica, we would want to hear you singing probably one of your favorite songs from the band.
From my band, okay, here he goes. So much to say, you could keep talking through the day. When it's all done, what do you remember anyway? So much to say, you could keep talking through the day. When it's all done, what do you remember anyway?
Isn't that amazing? I love it. I love your voice. I wish to listen more, but of course we can't keep her here for very long. So that's it, guys, for this Halloween. Hope you had a good time like me and Monica had a very good time, and let's cheers to this Halloween today.
Cheers! Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween, guys. So this Halloween, we would like to thank our location partners, Bungalow 9. You should check this place out, and of course our Halloween drink here. Cheers.